Okay. How was your meditation in the last week, Barley?
It's good, although the best meditation is always when I take this class. Um, I think I still need the support of the group,
Uh-huh.
which is what happened to me with my yoga asanas for so many years. That I
Mm-hmm.
always thought I needed a group until this COVID thing struck. So maybe I'll need many years of group group meditation, and then
Well, it's all of these things support the process and the practice. Finally, though, the practice is something that to really succeed with, you have to do on your own.
yeah.
And
Well, the other thing that I do is one of our lessons about how when you watch someone and you tell them to be safe and be happy
yes,
and be well,
yes,
I have fun still doing that sometimes.
uh-huh. I sometimes in the morning when I walk, then quietly give blessings to the people I pass by.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's good for them, but I like it.
We don't know. Maybe it is.
That's right. That's right. How about you,
Yep.
Doug?
Oh, I've been undisciplined this week. I missed
I'm,
several days. I did not meditate at all.
Uh huh.
Uh, but a couple of days I did, and and I had pretty good meditations on those days.
Good. When you miss it, do you miss it?
So, well, I do,
Yeah, yeah.
but then
You can say no, it's okay.
I feel guilty because oh
guilty.
damn, I get 8 or 9 o'clock at night, oh,
Uh
damn, I didn't meditate today.
huh. Well, that's why I ask you each week about how was your meditation, because I know that if you don't do it and you feel like you have to say you didn't do it, you'll feel guilty. And so I'm just trying to do whatever I can to add to the motivation. So that's my secret.
Well, it's not a secret anymore.
Oops. I know. That's why was surprised when the military gave me a security clearance higher than top secret because I felt like I was never good at keeping secrets, and yet they trusted me with something that the name of the classification was classified.
Ooh. Hmm.
So,
I,
okay.
I haven't gotten it out of you in 30 years, Richard.
No, that's right. That's right. I probably can't remember it. Anyway, how about you, Carol?
Well, our meditations are good, and we bumped it up by 5 minutes, and I think that's really helpful. It didn't seem any longer, so it must be doing some good.
Okay. Okay. Well, very good. Uh, and today the talk is going to be the Zen story of 10 bulls. It is one of my uh, favorite Zen stories, and it's one that might be useful to you. One of the things I've used it for through the years is to look at my own practice and see how I'm doing. So, anyway, we will go through that, and I think you'll find it of real interest. And now, let us do our first meditation. This image is the first of the 10 bulls when uh, he's just out there searching for the bull. I don't know where he is. So now we will meditate, and mindfulness is present moment awareness, paying attention on purpose in the present moment, non judgmentally. Feel your breath in and out. Fully receive whatever is experienced, then let it go. All right. Now, again, I'm going to today read from the 10 Bulls, and this is a very old Zen story on the search for and progress towards enlightenment. The search for the bull is a metaphor for the search for your own true nature. I think it turns out that the bull is the ego, which obscures your inner nature. I first encountered this when I was 22 in the book I've been reading from, Zen Flesh, Zen Bones by Paul Reps. I've used it ever since periodically to see where I am on the path. So here we go. This number one, the search for the bull. In the pastures of this world, I endlessly push aside the tall grasses in search of the bull, following unnamed rivers, lost upon the interpenetrating paths of distant mountains, my strength failing and my vitality exhausted. I cannot find the bull. I only hear the locust churring through the forest at night. And this is the comment from the author of these verses. The bull has never been lost. What need is there to search? Only because of the separation from my true nature, I fail to find him. In the confusion of the senses, I lose even his tracks. Far from home, I see many crossroads, but which way is the right one? I know not. Greed and fear, good and bad, entangle me. My comment: this is where we all start. But before you can start, you have to feel like that there is something more to life, some state of mind, some feeling, some understanding, something that is available to you that now you just don't have or experience. The bull represents our true nature. We start looking for it as something outside of ourselves, since when we are just starting this search, this is all we know. Next, discovering the footprints. Along the river bank under the trees, I discover footprints. Even under the fragrant grass, I see his prints. Deep in remote mountains they are found. These traces no more can be hidden than one's nose looking heavenward. Comment: understanding the teaching, I see the footprints of the bull. Then I learn that just as many utensils are made from one metal, so too are myriad entities made of the fabric of self. Unless I discriminate, how will I perceive the true from the untrue? Not yet having entered the gate, nevertheless I have discerned the path. My comments: once you start to notice the traces of the bull, your own inner nature, they seem to be everywhere. How could you have missed it before? It was there all along, you just didn't notice it. 3. Perceiving the bull. I hear the song of the nightingale. The sun is warm, the wind is mild, willows are green along the shore. Here no bull can hide. What artist can draw that massive head, those majestic horns? Comment. When one hears the voice, one can sense its source. As soon as the senses merge, the gate is entered. Wherever one enters, one sees the head of the bull. The unity is like salt in water, like color and dye stuff. The slightest thing is not apart from self. My comment, once you really look, you can see the bull everywhere. Everything shows your inner nature. In fact, your inner nature is the light by which everything is illuminated. Catching the bull, like the Cat Stevens album Catch Bull at 4. I seize him with a terrific struggle. His great will and power are inexhaustible. He charges to the high plateau, far above the cloud mists, or in an impenetrable ravine he stands. Comment. He dwelt in the forest a long time, but I caught him today. Infatuation for scenery interferes with his direction. Longing for sweeter grass, he wanders away. His mind is still stubborn and unbridled. If I wish him to submit, I must raise my whip. My comment. To get closer to your inner nature, you see that you somehow must gain control of your mind. It is the desires and aversions of the mind that obscure your inner nature. Covering it with these desires and aversions, you can gain control, but it's not easy. 5 is taming the bull. The rope, the whip and rope are necessary, else he might stray off down some dusty road. Being well trained, he becomes naturally gentle. Then, unfettered, he obeys his master. Comment. When one thought arises, another thought follows. When the first thought springs from enlightenment, all subsequent thoughts are true. Through delusion, one makes everything untrue. Delusion is not caused by objectivity, seeing things as they are. It is the result of subjectivity, seeing things as conditioned by your mind. Hold the nose ring tight and do not allow even a doubt. My comment. You learn as you practice that these desires are based on a misunderstanding of where happiness comes from. You first started by looking for it in objects of the world, and finally discover that the real source of happiness is from within yourself. When you discover this, the bull loses all its power. 6 is riding the bull home. Mounting the bull, slowly I return homeward. The voice of my flute intones through the evening, measuring with hand beats the pulsating harmony. I direct the endless rhythm. Whoever hears this melody will join me. Comment: the struggle is over. Gain and loss are assimilated. I sing the song of the village woodman and play the tunes of the children. Astride the bull I observe the clouds above. Onward I go, no matter who may wish to call me back. My comment: there comes a time when practice becomes natural. It is not what you do sometimes, but rather is how you live in the world. When this happens, practice is no longer any effort, and practice is continuous. I think this is where I am now in my own search for the bull. 7. The bull transcended. Astride the bull I reach home. I am serene. The bull too can rest. The dawn has come. In blissful repose within my thatched dwelling I have abandoned the whip and rope. Comment: all is one law, not two. We only make the bull a temporary subject. It is as the relationship of rabbit and trap or fish and net. It is as gold and dross or the moon emerging from the cloud. One path of clear light travels on throughout endless time. My comment: when you truly see that there is nothing you need to acquire, nothing to gain, nothing to do, then efforts cease and you can just be. This moment is enough. 8. Both bull and self transcended. Whip, rope, person and bull all merge in no thing. This heaven is so vast no message can stain it. How may a snowflake exist in a raging fire? Here are the footprints of the patriarchs. Comment: mediocrity is gone. Mind is clear of limitation. I seek no state of enlightenment, neither do I remain where no enlightenment exists. Since I linger in neither condition, eyes cannot see me. If hundreds of birds strew my path with flowers, such praise would be meaningless. My comment: this is when you know there is no separation. There was never a bull that is separate from yourself, that there is just one. 9. Reaching the source. Too many steps have been taken returning to the root and the source. Better to have been blind and deaf from the beginning. Dwelling in one's true abode, unconcerned with that without, the river flows tranquilly on, and the flowers are red. Comment: from the beginning truth is clear. Poised in silence I observe the forms of integration and disintegration. One who is not attached to form, not need be reformed. The water is emerald, the mountain is indigo, and I see that which is creating and that which is destroying. My comment, at last you see not only is there just one, and you see that you are that one. You see this, you know this, and you are that one. You have always been this one. The search was all based on imagination of something you thought you needed from outside yourself. This is the day of laughter. And 10 is in the world. Barefooted and naked of breast, I mingle with the people of the world. My clothes are ragged and desolated, and I am ever blissful. I use no magic to extend my life. Now before me the dead trees become alive. Comments. Inside my gate 1,000 sages do not know me. The beauty of my garden is invisible. Why should one search for the footprints of the patriarchs? I go to the marketplace with my wine bottle and return home with my staff. I visit the wine shop and the market, and everyone I look upon becomes enlightened. My comment, what can you do now but be in the world and just show who you are? Naturally, you will teach anyone who asks. You give what you have naturally to everyone around you. What else can you do? And now we have a short video from Worlds of Wisdom. They say you will learn meditation after watching this guided meditation. So, oh boy.
There is a very famous Zen story. A man was standing on a hilltop. 3 persons saw him. The 3 of them started speculating as to what the man was doing. They started arguing about him. One said he must have lost his cow and he must be looking for his cow from the hilltop. The second said, I cannot agree because when one is looking for something, one does not stand like a statue, but one moves, looks this way and that. But he is just standing like a statue. He is not looking for something. Perhaps he is waiting. Maybe a friend has come with him for a walk and he is left behind and he is waiting for him to come. The third said, I disagree with all of you because when somebody waits for somebody who has been left behind, once in a while he looks back to see whether he has come or not. But that man is not looking back at all. He is not even moving. He is not waiting. My feeling is that he is meditating. They could not agree on what the man was doing. So they decided to go to the man and inquire. All 3 of them went to that man. The first man said, Are you looking for your cow? The man said, No, I am not looking for anything. The second said, Then I must be right. You must be waiting for your friend who has been left behind. The man said, No, I am not waiting for anybody. The third man said, Then I have to be right. Now there is no alternative left. You must be meditating. And the man said, No, I am not meditating either. Then all three asked, "Then what are you doing?" He said, "I am just standing and nothing else." "Can't I just stand? Won't you allow me this freedom? Just to stand? Have I to look for something, wait for something, or do something? Can't I just be?" And the Zen people says, this is the real meditation. Just standing and nothing else, not even doing meditation. See the beauty of it. The man said, "I am just standing. Is there any need to do anything?" And that is what meditation is all about. Meditation is just to be, not doing anything, no action, no thought, no emotion. You just are, and it is a sheer delight. Meditation starts by being separate from the mind, by being a witness. Being witness is the only way of separating yourself from anything. If you are looking at the light, naturally one thing is certain: you are not the light. You are the one who is looking at it. If you are watching the flower, one thing is certain: you are not the flower. You are the watcher. Watching is the key of meditation. Watch your mind. Don't do anything. Just watch whatever the mind is doing. Don't disturb it. Don't prevent it. Don't repress it. Don't do anything at all on your part. You just be a watcher. And the miracle of watching is meditation. As you watch, slowly and slowly, your mind becomes empty of thoughts. As the mind becomes completely empty, your whole energy becomes a flame of awakening. Then there will be neither a mind nor the observer. Then there will be only bliss, which is your real entity. This is Words of Wisdom Stories. Thanks for watching and always keep smiling.
And now we will have our final meditation. And just breathe in and out and feel your breath calm your body. And as you're breathing in and out, reflect on these 10 bowls and see where you are now and where have you been and where do you want to go. All right. And let us close with a short chant. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Peace, peace, peace. All right. Any questions or comments? You like the story?
Well, yeah, I like the story, and I like that video too.
Uh huh.
Yeah, I like them both. This is really a good session.
Very good. I try to find something that is worthwhile for each one of these. And
Well, you generally do.
okay, anyway, and I'm glad I had wanted to do this thing on the 10 bulls for a while because this is still one of my favorite pieces. And it's something that I've used myself for a long time. And certainly I was trying to figure out what number of bull I was even before I had any understanding of what the bull was or what I was looking for.
I was thinking about the fact that he had the whip and the rope, and the bull had the ring in his nose. But then it seemed that he kind of progressed beyond that, where he didn't try to control the bull in that way. Is
Yes,
that
that's exactly correct. And that shows a real progression in practice because for a while, you practice is work. And
mhm.
you're dealing with all this stuff and it isn't simple or straightforward, but there comes a time when uh, it is just there and it becomes natural and you don't have to use the whip or the rope anymore. The bull knows what way to go. I actually love the image of the bull at 5 or at 6 when the guy is sitting on the back, playing the flute. He doesn't
Mm.
have to drive the bull anymore. He can just play the
Mm.
flute and have a good time.
And the bull's probably okay with it too. No
Yeah, the
saddle.
bull, yes,
Of course, they don't usually. Well, do they saddle bulls? I don't know. No, probably not.
It's a
Except for
friendly bull.
rodeos.
well, by then he's a friendly bull. You had to tame him and
Yeah.
encourage him to be friendly.
Hmm.
And it seems like kind of that is the way with our mind. It's unruly sometimes and will not do what we tell it. Mind to be still. How does that work?
It doesn't, no.
That's right. So it's something else.
I think it would be good if, as people, are going through their work years, I don't know if they'd be able to spend as much time not being, eagerly going to their work and not having as much time for meditation. But it would be good if people could combine
Yes,
meditation with all the busyness that we do.
yes,
But we
I agree with you. In my last job, I worked for some small software company for a couple of years before I retired, and for a while, I had the job of being project manager for all the software projects that were going on in the little company. And what I found out then is if you're a project manager, the boss does not want you to have an unattached attitude.
yeah.
So I
Mhm.
tried to have some reminder on my computer screen to continue to encourage me to meditate. but that's not what he wanted me to do.
Yeah, right. That's the thing.
But fortunately, I got old enough for Social Security, and the appropriate thing in Carol and my personal life changed, so I could retire and we could go to India.
Hmm. Well, we're all lucky to be retired now, that's for sure.
Yes, yes.
I don't know, Cheryl, is Cheryl retired too?
I'm sure she is,
Oh, yeah.
but I don't know much of Cheryl's story,
Mm-hmm.
even though she's been here for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
or at least been in the group for a long time.
So
Anyway,
Doug,
very. I'm
way down
sorry.
in,
Go ahead.
oh, Doug, I was saying you're way down in Mexico City. I don't know, maybe we'll meet someday though, huh?
Well, yeah. I think once this virus thing goes away, if it ever does, and we live that long, then I definitely plan on visiting there in Guadalajara, where I have many friends, and also there at Lakeside,
Uh huh.
where I also have many friends.
Yeah.
Well, also in the email I send uh, tomorrow with this video, I will include a copy of a book with the 10 bulls so that you'll have that if you want to look at it and read it and figure out which bull you're at.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. Yeah, 'cause I think I do want to study that a
Okay.
bit more. Yes.
Well, as I say, I've been reading it and thinking about where I am for more than 50 years, and I feel like I've made some headway. I started at one,
Oh, yes. Hmm.
and I think it was a long time before I was past two.
Hmm.
Something happened, so I don't remember when I moved through three and four. Something happened to five. I don't remember going through five. It was, full. That's kind of taming the bull after you catch the bull. Maybe I couldn't distinguish it from four, but now I really have the feeling I'm at six and I can see in the horizon seven, just sitting in my hut without the bull being happy, and that seems pretty good to me.
Well, I guess there was a reason the author chose a bull, for the metaphor, because it's bulls are very hard to tame.
Uh huh.
Even cows sometimes.
Uh huh.
When I was growing up on the farm, we had this one cow, and I ran for my life more than once from her,
No.
and I
Okay.
was just glad we kept her on a chain.
That's why it was such a problem to tame that bull.
Uh-huh.
Now, these stories have been around for at least 2,000 years in China, and their origin was originally Taoist, and until about 1,000 years ago, it stopped at number eight, which is the empty circle, which we have all seen that kind of symbolism. And then the Zen Buddhists added number nine, reaching the source, and number 10, coming down from the mountain. And so, anyway, again, very good to see you, and thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next week. Namaste.
Namaste.
Okay. Thank you.